Hi, today we are out here on Trester Lake at Gardner Camp in our beautiful wetland. As you can see around me, I have lots of aquatic vegetation growing up all around me. Now, kayaking in wetlands is actually pretty awesome because the waters are very still and usually the water isn't very deep. So if you fall in, you just stand right up. So I'm kayaking here today in our Viper kayaks. Again, this is a sit-in type of kayak. The benefits of a sit-in kayak is they are a little bit more protective. You don't get as wet as if you were sitting on top of a kayak. A sit-on-top kayak the good things about it is that it is less confining. You can get in and out of it a lot easier, but it's also, you can also get a lot more wet and splashy. It's a little bit more splashy on a sit-on-top kayak. So, let me show you a little bit about some of the plants that we can find out here on Trester Lake. Okay, we have found a type of lily pad. This one is called a water lily. And you can tell it's a water lily because it has this split leaf right here. It's very glossy green, and it comes up earlier than other types of lily pads. I've also here in the water, if you can see, we are down here at sunset right now, so the blooms are kind of closed up, or this is an early bud that hasn't opened up all the way, but they have really showy white blossoms. So this is a water lily. Let's go see what else we can find. We have come upon a lotus leaf. So a lotus is a different type of floating vegetation in a wetland. They need shallower water. So this lotus leaf right here is the difference between the water lily and the lotus leaf is it is perfectly circle. There is no split in the leaf at all. It's perfectly circle. It has a different type of an appearance as a water lily. The water lily was really glossy, and this lotus leaf is a little bit more matte. It's not as shiny. Another cool thing about lotus leaves is if they get water on their top of it, it kind of has a waterproof substance on top of the leaf, and it makes the water bubble up like that, which is kind of a really cool and almost mesmerizing thing. A lotus leaf, as you can see, lays flat on the water here, whereas the lilies, the water lilies, they pretty much stick up out of the water, off the top of the water. They're not flat on the water surface. Another cool thing about lotus plants is they have just like the lily, they have a really big, showy, beautiful flower. And a lot of times those lotus flowers were thought of as being sacred to some cultures. But after the bloom blossoms and then it turns to seed, they make these really cool seed pods that some people use in different craft arrangements. Now the seeds within those seed pods are eaten by all kinds of different animals. Most importantly for us here at Gardner Camp, they're eaten by wood ducks. And all of this entire wetland here that's covered with these water lilies and water lotus are perfect habitat for female wood ducks to raise their little bitty babies, because underneath all these lily pads and lotus plants is just a secret network of trails and homes and shelter for those wood ducks that live here at Gardner Camp. Okay, so we are on a sunset cruise out here in our kayaks tonight, and I want to talk a little bit about strokes when you're kayaking. So we've got our paddle gripped with a wide grip, kind of make a box like that. A forward stroke, you want to reach as far forward as you can. I'll reach on this side. As far forward as you can and pull back to your hip and bring it up out of the water. Pull back to your hip. Reach far forward, back to your hip. So that is a forward stroke. Now I'm going to stop myself here. And I'm going to show you a backward stroke. Now, you don't twist your paddle around to go backwards. You simply go the opposite way. So to go backwards, I want to push the water toward the nose of my kayak. So as you can see, my scoops are backwards towards you. And to go backwards, I'm pushing that water up to the nose of my kayak. Another stroke that I want to show you is called a sweep stroke. A sweep stroke is when you want to turn your kayak all the way around in a circle. So you want to move your hands down to one edge of your paddle, reach far out, and it's a large, wide stroke. So it's going to turn me all the way around fairly quickly and bring me all the way back to where I was before. And those are 3 of the main strokes that you have to use while you were maneuvering around in a kayak. And we also want to talk about the weather. So we're on a sunset cruise tonight. We know that there's a forecast of basically 0 wind. Obviously there's no waves out here because we don't have any wind. And our weather is looking very clear. There's some clouds up in the skies, but we know after checking the weather report that there's no storm clouds or no storms that are going to pop up on us out here in the middle of the lake. So we are free and clear to kayak as long as the sun is up in the sky. Thank you for joining us this week for our water adventures. Today was our final day and we are out kayaking on the beautiful Trester Lake. So my challenge for you is to get outside. Make sure that you look on the webpage to see what you should do today to get outside. And I hope to see you again here at Gardner Camp.